Now, while you guys get ready, let's introduce a gentleman who has a show and has been around town for a long time. He's the foremost authority on Houdini magic, and he's been a friend of mine for a long time. Would you help me welcome the one and only Dixie Dooley? He's probably having dinner. But there's another young lady. We need to bring the podium in. Can we bring the podium in? Next young lady, she's traveled all over the country, and she certainly has some heavy messages when it comes to urban youth and youth in general coming together. I want to introduce her. She's open with mic ups. Would you help me welcome Candace Brown? Will somebody come here and hold this for Candace? Oh, they're going to bring it over. All right. Candace, how are you doing this evening?
I'm blessed.
And when you say you're blessed, while they're setting this up, I know we've been through a lot together in life. And how has God influenced your life to this point of where you are today?
In spite of all my losses, I can still wake up every morning and say thank God. This piece I'm getting ready to deliver is entitled, Please Do Not Get the Youngsters Twisted. I wrote this on the behalf of the fact that a lot of youngsters became products and victims of their environment. I want to do like AT&T today. See if I can reach out and touch you in a real way. You see, I'm doing 51 to life, and I want youngsters to know that's a heavy-duty price. I know you hear a lot about the old war stories from back in the day, but don't let those old war stories get you twisted, tossed, and taken away. While you're out there trying to figure out the history of old wars, maybe you better start with the graveyard and the brothers doing 20 or more. They can sure tell you something about a war. From the 80s on, Los Angeles had some of the maddest street wars going on. It was like a conspiracy of genocide where youngsters died long before their time. You had so much shooting at you, you decided to pick up a pistol and shoot back too. We buried so many of our friends, justifiable homicide didn't seem like a sin. Where the heck you been? We started to become products of our environment, and many of us were sent out on early retirement. Shorty needs to know, all of us from the graveyard to the pen, were living on youth status before we went in. It was never a part of the family plan, but damn well gangbanging set heavy on the land. I often wonder, was Pac-Man designed in that plan? We critically acclaimed geographical turf and never had an ounce of oil for our natural resource. If you made it past the age of 21, avoiding the graveyard to the pen on your run, as quiet as it's kept, you really had won. On the other hand, many of us didn't make it to 21 and had to ask ourselves, was the next decade going to be like the last one? Because burying my friends was not my idea of having fun. They say that some of the old homies are violating hood rules. I hope they're not sacrificing the future family jewel. Word is that they're giving out passes on the dead homie's death, and I ain't impressed while I'm working on this 51 to rest. It was the history of the hood wars that created the hood rules, and we were being sacrificed as if it was the damn thing to do. It was the shooting, the bloodshed, and funerals of the wars that made us closer than ever before. You can't sleep with the enemy and not expect to get fudged. Ask President Bush why Bin Laden was laying in the cut. You can't eat chicken and shoot dice with the enemy and expect to always walk away free, because someone's gonna grab that 18-karat gold shovel, start digging up old dirt, and the next thing you know, another youngster is sacrificed or hurt. You can't do picnics, because that's what you call a pick-a-ninja snitch festival. That's where they set the stage for the brothers they plan to pick the day for the feds posted up down the way, federally ready and able to take another brother away today. There's been so much bloodshed supported by divide and conquer. If you could get to cease fire, that would be an honor. You can't keep campaigning and not expect to catch an election. The choices you make will determine your life's protection. And for those that ain't listening, that's a real bad disposition. Sometimes, often the first to come up missing. We don't need the next generation of our shorties repeating our history, because there's not a damn thing fly about this graveyard or penitentiary. Thank you very much.